So, and the winner isn't, or is you?
It isn't me.
Now, talk a bit about.
It was Jeff's idea that,
Yeah.
his father was, an ambassador of UNICEF, and so he's carrying on the tradition.
Yes.
And so he had the idea, he's a great musician, by the way, and singer, and he wrote a great song to raise money for UNICEF, and he thought if I could get it, nominated for an Academy Award, this song, and then it'll raise so much more money for UNICEF. So they said, well, you should put it in a movie and then get the best way to get an Oscar is have a great song and get that nominated. So anyway, that's the idea of the movie. But it's really, it's about people saying, how do you win an Oscar? But it's also about his family. His dad's Roger Moore, and kind of him growing up. And then unfortunately, while they were making the movie, his father passed away, and that's which is sad. And a lot of it's, it has a lot of heart, and it's also very funny. And the song will be something else. They get all these amazing people singing it.
What makes Roger Moore a beloved James Bond? Of all the James Bonds.
I think his sense of humor. The guy he was just so funny and tongue in cheek, and he was so suave, but he always had that sense of humor, and you just believed. You believed everything. He was a great action guy and an actor. It's hard, those are very hard parts to do and make believable. And he just did it great, and he did all the humor great and all the action great, everything. And he was just so suave. You just go, yeah, he's James Bond. That's who you picture.
Yes, sir. With regards to the title, is the work the reward itself, or is it nice to be nominated?
Yes, I believe so.
I've never been nominated for an Oscar. I got nominated for an Emmy, and it's thrilling, Yeah, I think most people. I'm just grateful to be working, and keep my career going. Because it's just a shock when it started, and it's shock that it keeps going. Because there's a lot of lulls, unless you're at the top forever, which very few people are. It slows down, and then you go, what do I do? And so I started doing stand-up comedy 14 years ago. So I'm actually working all the time, performing all the time, doing that, and I'm on a game show, because game shows are back, and Byron Allen's a friend of mine. He's producing Funny You Should Ask, which is just comedians. They ask you a question, and you give it. Your answer is always a joke, and then you say true or false. It's just silly, but it's fun, And I never thought I'd be doing a game show. I never thought of it, But it's actually fun, and all the comedians. Like the other day we did it, and you had Jack K. Harry and Howie Mandel and Jimmy Walker, who I grew up watching him, and I'm like, I'm going to show with him, and Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Billy Gardell, and they've had Louis Anderson. They've had a lot of great comics that Byron knew, a lot of them from the Comedy Store, and he started doing comedy in the 70s. So now he's hiring all of his friends to come back, and he's a very generous guy, and he's been great to me.
Well, speaking of that,
you just keep it going, and Jeff just said, hey, will you be in my film? All right. I didn't think there'd be this, or, I'm always surprised.
Last question. So what is your advice for up-and-coming comedians today? Is it tough out there?
Yeah, well, it's always been tough. I mean, I don't know, depends what you want to do, but the main thing is practice, and even now, you're just continually trying to improve. That's the main thing, and learn and improve. So, I'll do a show, even now, and then go, what did I learn from that show? Yeah. Some small thing, and then take that to the next show and improve the next, and keep tightening it. There's a lot to it, but basically, their article once said, what's genius? And they go, well, it's not that you're smart, it's just focused practice. And they mentioned Tiger Woods. They go, we hit 70 balls, or if he focuses on each ball and picks a target in this, that's how you improve. So it's really just a lot of practice, and then each practice learn something and take it to the next one. So keep trying to improve. I mean, I could go on and on about it, but that's a big part of it. But you got to get up, and comedy is. George Burns said it: they laugh or they don't. So, but to me, stand-up's great. You're expressing your personal sense of humor. And so you have to find what that is. And the weird thing is, I do my act, and the more honest I am, the more they laugh. And it's baffling to me. But they just pick up on it. And I go, no. In a way, I go, I'm not kidding. I'll say that. I go, no, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. And they laugh more.